Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Back Bay Convention Center, formerly John Hancock Hall, for the awards ceremony of the 2017 METG State Finals. Unfortunately, the house is looking a little empty at this time. Let's see if we can do something about that by inviting back into the theater the wonderful performers from the last 3 days. Please put your hands together for Bromfield High School. Sharon High School. And let's keep it going for Framingham High School. Now let's welcome Stoneham High School. St. John's Preparatory School. Acton Boxborough High School. Peabody High School. Winthrop High School. Keep it going for Joseph Case High School. And Taunton High School. Andover High School. Chelmsford High School. Saugus High School. And Bourne High School. And now let's give it up for all of the 2017 METG State finalists. You are definitely all winners in my book. And speaking of winners, please sit, relax, and enjoy the 2017 video contest winner. Congratulations, Andover High School and their giraffe. A lot has gone on the last 3 days, and I thought you might just like to look back and see some of the things that happened and bring you a short video from festival alumni Aaron Whitman and 2017 participant Leah Whitman. Enjoy. And now, please welcome to the stage the METG Executive Council President, Bob Hogan.
Hey, everybody. Congratulations, first and foremost. And I am humbled and honored to stand here and represent you as your president of the METG. Absolutely honored. I'd like to congratulate all 14 companies, your directors, and everybody who has made this festival, 2017, one of the greatest ever. Congratulations. I want you to remember one thing, and one thing only. What you saw in these past 3 days is something you'll never forget. Because theater in schools has to stay, and we have to fight for theater. We have to fight for theater and make sure it's always a part of our schools. You saw the work here the past 3 days. You were a part of the semifinals. You were the part of the prelims. You know how important theater is to this arts community, and we can never let anyone take that away from what we've shared together. So tonight is a celebration, a little different than other years. In other years, we've had scholarship winners come up and monologue winners, lighting design, set design. This particular year for the METG, we have done something a little different. We have created an evening. I'm gone. Shut me off. We've created something a little different where we're having on April 12th an evening with the stars, which will celebrate all of our scholarship winners, which will be held at Regis College in Weston. So we figured sometimes these award ceremonies go on for an hour and a half, 2 hours, as we've known in the past, and we thought there should be a celebration for those award recipients and those award winners, and we're going to do a huge night in Weston at Regis College on April 12th, 2017, to celebrate all of our scholarship winners, just to keep you in the loop of that. But before I leave the stage, I also want to recognize another group of individuals. And these people work tirelessly to make sure that you all have the festival that you have. And that's the Executive Council of the METG. If anybody is sitting in there in the audience or backstage, I'd love you to come, show your face, stand up, and show us that you represent the METG Exec Council. Stand up. Come out here. They work tirelessly every single month and all summer long to make sure we have wonderful events that go on throughout the actual academic year. We have the METs coming up celebrating musical theater. We have the Boston Theater Celebration coming up in June, celebrating great work in theater in the Boston schools. We just had the Massachusetts Theater Celebration as well. So it's not just this particular festival, but the METG represents an awful lot of festivals that are going on. And of course, we've expanded, as you know, and become one. And why we're called the METG is because now we are high school and middle school combined. And that's a big honor and a big, wonderful accolade for us. We're the METG high school and middle school combined. So, without further ado, because I know you're waiting and in anticipation of these award ceremonies, I'm going to turn it over to our immediate past president, Dennis Canty.
Good evening, everybody. My name's Dennis Canty. I have the great pleasure of serving as the immediate past president for the high school division and also the chairman of the board of trustees for the Massachusetts Educational Theater Guild. And I just want to take a moment and say on behalf of the entire board, congratulations to each and every one of you on your advancement to state finals. It's an incredible honor to have shared this weekend with you, and I really am appreciative of how hard you have all worked to get here. I just want to take a few moments and talk a little bit about the organization and where we're going and how it relates to each and every one of you. As many of you know, there's only 14 schools in this room and 114 that started our festival just a few short weeks ago. But more importantly, to piggyback off of what Bob said, there are countless schools that are not part of our organization, that are on the outside looking in, that want arts programs in their schools, that want access to theater that you have. And it's our goal, it's the goal of the organization to put theater in every school in each one of the 351 cities and towns of the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. And each and every one of you can help us with that. We're going to slowly begin rolling out an ambitious set of plans over the course of the next year to advance theater in all four corners of this great Commonwealth, and we need your help with that. We are tremendously grateful for the support of the people who've donated over the past few years to this organization, and ask that if you can find a few extra dollars to help us continue to do that. It's going to support the work of the wonderful students sitting in this room, but more importantly, it's going to support the work of the wonderful students who want to be here too, and we want to give them the tools and resources and access that you all have to be able to bring them to this event someday and to continue to put theater in places where it isn't. So if you can continue to help us, see me, see any member of the Executive Council, go to our website, please continue to find ways that you can to help support the organization. I'd also like to take a moment to honor somebody and make an announcement about this particular honoree this year. As Bob mentioned when we started the festival a few days ago, we dedicated our festival this year in the memory of Tom Marcello, who was the longtime director at Joseph Case High School. Tom was a very dear friend of mine, of many of ours, and I miss him very much when we come to this event. It was very hard not having him here with us this year. I felt this loss greatly, being in this room this year. And it gives me great pride and pleasure to announce one of the first things that we're doing as a board, as an organization, is honoring Tom's legacy for a long time to come. So I have the great privilege of announcing the creation of a new scholarship in Tom's name that will be given to a future educator in the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, the Tom Marcello Scholarship. He was an educator for a long, long time at Joseph Case High School, and we want to pass along his spirit through financial support for anyone who's going into education. So let's definitely give a worthy round of applause to Tom's memory and the creation of this award. I know that you're waiting for some special other people to join us on stage so we can continue with our ceremony, but I want to acknowledge that our organization is almost entirely run by volunteers. Bob mentioned many of them, but I want to single out some people by name. Michael and Mary Ellen McGarty, please stand up for me. Michael is the executive director of our organization and has steered the ship of the METG for a long time as a director, as an educator, and now in the role of the executive director. And his wife, Mary Ellen, who in her retirement has continued to serve as the administrator for the Guild and keeps the train running on time and keeps all of us educators and very passionate, opinionated people in check. So I really want to honor both of their contributions in leadership of this organization, and also honor Bob, who spoke just before me as president of the organization, for his excellent leadership and work steering this ship as well. Without further ado, I'm going to turn it over to Brie Lemire. She's the lead supervisor for the weekend, and we're going to get on with the show. So thank you all very much, and
Hi, everybody. Thank you so much for a fantastic weekend of theater. I'm Bree Lemire. I was the lead supervisor in the judges' room this weekend, and while sequestered down there, we had some phenomenal conversations about the wonderful work you guys all put out here for us this weekend, so thank you very much for that. We have a lot of people to thank for the successful running of this festival, and Dennis and Bob have both acknowledged the volunteers that have really put their all into this, but I want to single out a couple of particular people. Our festival coordinator, who runs the entire weekend starting from tomorrow, she'll be planning next year's, is Mary Ellen McGarty. Thank you, Mary Ellen. Our technical directors who run all of your tech rehearsals and run the entire deck for the whole weekend, thank you so much to Paul DeRozier and Dan Beiser. The house managers who've made sure you guys all get in here and the audience gets in here this weekend are Chris Brinley and Jeff McFarland. Thank you, guys. Your host schools this weekend were Framingham High School, Peabody Veterans Memorial High School, and Hamilton Wenham Regional High School. Thank you. We had 3 timers this weekend. Thank you to Brother Ron Santoro, Jeff Clark, and Adrian Hernandez. Our checker, who you all know and love, he's not here anymore, but a big round of applause for Pete Tarsi. The box office managers who did more than the lion's share of work, Becky Petrin, Linda Janis, Debbie Faust, J.C. Fox, and Cindy Parker, thank you. Thank you to Beverly Leonard, our wonderful nurse for the weekend. Thank you again to Dan Beiser for coordinating all of the computers and hookups for the judges downstairs. Thank you, Dan. To Alicia Greenwood and the team of parents from St. John's Prep, thank you for running the concession stand all weekend. We appreciate that very much. I have to thank 3 students who served as the judges' runners this weekend, who are here doing everything for us that we needed. Thank you, Calvin, Danielle, and Caroline. And last but not least, I need to thank my fantastic team of supervisors who helped coordinate this entire weekend with me, Andrea, Michael, and Dennis.
Hi, everyone. It's my job to continue thanking some very important people in this room. The first people that we would like you to thank, of course, they provide the vision to each and every one of your shows. Without them, you would not be here. Please give huge thanks to all of your directors. Another huge group who often do not receive the thanks because they spend most of their time trying to evade being seen would be, please give a huge round of applause to all the technical people in your shows. A third very important group, they keep you going, they bring you to and from rehearsal, they make you food, and they force you to sleep when you need to. Please thank your parents. This is always a bittersweet moment at finals every year. If I could please have the graduating seniors, please stand up. Seniors, I'm sure you heard this at every round, but we mean it. We really hope you stay involved with the Guild. As they said earlier, this is a totally volunteer organization. We need you to stay involved. We would love to see you all come back and help at prelims, at semis, someday at finals. You could find yourself judging here or supervising. We hope to see all of you again. Now I'd like to turn it over to Dennis Canty.
In just a moment, I'll ask that you send 2 representatives up for the student recognition portion of our program. But before we do, this collectively is one of our favorite parts of the ceremony this evening because, as we hope you know, this really is not about what's going to be said from this stage in the last 5 minutes of this 3-day event. It's really about, this portion of our program is about why we're here, which is to celebrate art, to celebrate all of you, to celebrate the excellence that each one of your companies brought to this stage this weekend. So don't worry about the last 5 minutes. Don't make it about the last 5 minutes. Make it about the other 3 days that we spent together in this room, because they were a wonderful 3 days. So without further ado, 2 students from every school, come on up, please. Framingham is going A-B first.
Behind, and we'll just round robin. Okay. Handing them.
Who is framing it?
Hello, we are from Framingham High School, and we present this award to Acton Boxborough for their production of Fire in the Hole.
For a striking and timely representation of an important moment in history, which remains as pertinent now as it was then.
This is Acton Boxborough. We are presenting this award to Andover High School for,
get ready for this one, for stringing us along. Your high-energy production with beautifully engaging physicality and synchronicity. Thank you for a magnificent job.
Do you want me to?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Oh my goodness.
You take that. You take that.
We are Andover High School, and we're presenting this award to Bourne High School for their production of Buried Child.
We appreciated the actors' commitment to physicality and technical excellence in sound and lighting to set the chilling tone of the play.
And hey, Bourne.
We liked
your corn.
There we go.
We will be presenting to St. John's Preparatory School.
For excellence in multi-dimensional set design and for the portrayal of sensitive and worldly themes with a dash of humor at every turn. Congratulations. Thanks, guys. Incredible show.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
We are St. John's Prep, and we're presenting this award to Joseph Case for their production of Scenes from the White Snake.
Yes.
for an explosion of visual delight such as brilliant costumes, props, and beautifully orchestrated stage pictures that took us on an exciting journey of friendship and love. Just in case. Yeah.
Gosh, loves.
Great job, guys.
Aww.
They're so cuddly.
Love it.
We are Joseph Case High School, and we're presenting this award to Saugus for their production of The Giver.
For simplistic set design, intense special effects, and a cohesive ensemble, and all-around visually pleasing show.
Great job, guys.
Great job. This is
We're from Saugus High School, and we're presenting this award to Stoneham High School for their production of Kindertransport.
For the use of silhouettes to create images through nonverbal storytelling and the perfection of difficult dialects. Thank you.
Hello. Hi. We're Stoneham High School presenting to Winthrop High School for their performance of Antigone.
For clear choices, effective and engaging set design, and superb ensemble work. Congratulations.
Hi, we're Winthrop High School, and we're presenting this award to the Bromfield School for their production of Shipwrecked.
This award is for the utilization of props and set to make the show come to life, as well as creating a world of diverse characters with limited resources. They get this.
So we are the Bromfield School, and we are presenting this award to Sharon High School for the production of Tauntlewold.
For their cohesive ensemble's use of the multidimensional set in every way possible that created a true spectacle.
We are Sharon High School, and we are presenting this award to Peabody Veterans Memorial High School for their production of Guards at the Taj.
This award is for a striking minimalist score that provided an effective vehicle for the actors to develop a beautifully complex, non-linear storyline that stunned us all.
Great job, guys.
Ready? We are Peabody Veterans Memorial High School, presenting this award to Taunton High School for their production of And Others.
For a great cast that presented many personalities within everyone.
We don't have your certificate. We have to make it for you because we ran out of papers.
Hi. We are Taunton High School presenting this award to Chelmsford High School for the production of Family Album.
For an excellent grasp of comedic timing used impeccably to intertwine small, nostalgic stories into one big, beautiful picture. Say cheese.
Thank you. I would just shake your hand.
Oh.
Thank you.
Oh.
All that. We are Chelmsford High School, presenting this award to Framingham High School for the production of Electra.
This award is for drawing us into the world with captivating costumes, phenomenal choreography, and exquisite technical aspects.
Where did you put ours? Oh, I want to shake their hands. Stop, checker.
Good evening.
This next award is definitely a fun award. It helps us move the entire weekend along, but I'd like to focus a little bit on the fact that this award represents our good friend and council member Pete Tarsi in his Checkers Choice Award. And Pete's a guy who takes a tremendous amount of pride in his job. So I would like for all of you to focus on pride in craftsmanship. This certainly was a weekend where a lot of you spent all of your time and energy to build something that you should be taking tremendous pride in. So congratulations to all of you. The Checkers Choice Award goes to Saugus High School for the giver. Stage manager. It is my privilege to introduce Paul DeRocher to give the Stage Manager's Award.
This year we're going to do something a little different. Whereas this is a fine certificate, with the Stage Manager's Choice Award, we're also going to give you all of the spike tape that was used this weekend. Okay? All right, so we'd like to present the Stage Manager's Choice to Peabody Veterans Memorial High School.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Good job.
Thank you.
For all of you, please do us a favor. And anytime the David Dooley Award is given at every round of festival, please take a moment to recognize exactly what the Guild is doing in naming this award. This award is very, very important to us because it honors a man who gave a good portion of his life to this organization to provide for you here today. He made your experience better in doing what he did for decades. So although we honor a person who is present for the festival, we're honoring a man who created something very, very important for you and for all of us. So every time this award is given, please take a moment, hear both of those names, hear the weight of David Dooley, and know how significant it is to receive this award, but also just to speak his name. This award is for someone who makes an impact on the day of festival, in this case, on the 3 days of festival. And I want you to take a moment to recognize how significant that is to you, making an impact. Your companies come with 15, 50, 100 people. And every single one of you wants to know that you made an impact, that you made a contribution, regardless of your role as lighting designer, principal actor, or pulling this curtain. Make an impact. One of the many lessons that you can take from the stage and put into your life. Be a person who makes an impact. This person makes an impact with every appearance that he makes. Certainly this weekend, as always, heard and felt. The 2017 State Finals David Dooley Award goes to Mr. Christopher Shaler. My friend, my man. Welcome. Thank you.
All right, so now it is time for us to turn it over to the judges to announce the All-Star Company Awards. Judges. Here they come.
Good evening, everybody. Thanks for a brilliant festival. We're not sure, we didn't hear our introductions because we were backstage working, but both Corey, Caitlin, and I, all three of us, wanted to let you know that all three of us are actually alums of this festival. And, yeah, which is a pretty cool thing. We get goosebumps still when we come out here because all of us our senior year got an All-Star Cast Award, and all of us senior year, our plays did not win, but we got an All-Star Cast Award, and there was a certain bittersweet joy about that, and so the same emotional feelings are here. Parents, welcome. This is a bigger deal than you know, and the three of us took it very, very seriously. And what we put, and we're going to be straight up with you, we were in gross disagreement the whole weekend. We had conflicts, we worked it out. It was very, very difficult. It took us longer than we thought. We thought we were going to be in more agreement. We thought it would be clearer. We saw a lot of excellence, and we needed to discuss that excellence because we are, the three of us, as different as we are, we're very ethical. Caitlin flew in from the Oakland, California area. Corey flew in from LA. I flew in from Wayland, Massachusetts. And these are treks, and we take it pretty seriously. And we all are deeply ethical and wanted to make sure we honored that so that we honored you. Subsequently, we came up with a pile of 34 awards. And to me, to all three of us, we said, yeah, this is kind of a big deal. We don't think that's too many or too few. If it had been an award that all three of us, that any of us wanted to give, that number would have quadrupled. So that you have to understand that. There's people going to be sitting out there that one of us really were into you. But what this pile represents is 24 acting awards, 10 awards of other kinds of things. And these awards represent all three of us. So unless all three of us could sign off on the award, it did not happen, okay? The second thing is, this is our opinion this weekend. Truly, everybody, if you brought 3 other judges in here to watch the festival, the pile would be different. Or if we did this 2 weeks ago or 2 weeks from now with the 3 of us, the pile would be different. It simply represents what happened this weekend. And even though that's very, very important, keep that in perspective. And the third thing is that each school isn't going to get very many awards. You do the math. Yeah? So when someone from your company gets an award, you have to understand that that represents you. That an actor in your company wouldn't have gotten an award without your work technically. A technical design element wouldn't have gotten an award without the work of the actors and the director around it. These awards represent you. So how did we choose acting awards? We chose actors who had maximum focus and concentration, who completely immersed themselves in the character, who talked and listened equally effectively, who used physical choices to manifest their character, as well as vocal choices, played a strong objective, and had a variety of tactics to go after that objective. That's all we were looking for. And if you did that, you got an award. Now, the design elements, what we were looking for is, folks, do you agree that you could have turned the volume off this weekend, and you would have seen design elements that were incredibly gorgeous? So yes, that was a piece of it. And there were sound elements that you could have taken the play away and just listened to the sounds, and it would be award-winning. That alone did not get designers and technical pieces awards. They had to live in the world of the play and create the world of the play that the director intended. So those are the criteria we used. Anyone have questions about that? You understand how we selected these. So we're going to take turns, to give these 34 awards around. We split the pile somewhat arbitrarily. We wanted to make sure we could say words about you to make them meaningful, but they represent all 3 of us. The first award we're giving in no special order, and when we call your name, could you please come up to the stage to receive the award? The first award actually is for an ensemble. And parents, there's a whole history of ensemble. That ensemble does not mean everyone in the cast was wonderful. When we use ensemble in that sense, oh, what a wonderful ensemble that play is. That's not what we're talking about here. We're talking about a group of people who said, okay, my individual identity is not important here. What's important here is what we do as a mass to move through space and create something to move this play along. That's what we defined as an ensemble. And there was an ensemble that the three of us were dumbfounded by. What they did was so precise, so clean, so well prepared and choreographed, filled with energy and filled with surprise with each move that they did. And they actually furthered the play along. They made the play happen before our very eyes. For choral performance excellent, Antigone. Maxwell Stimson, Jackson Tolliver, Maria Tracy, Stephen Tracy, Zara Powell, Ryan Parker, Jared Owen, Michaela Grimes, Emily Nichols, Samantha Long, Carolyn Ford, Michael Curcio, and Evan Delady. Hey, congratulations. I'm going to give you the pile. Thank you so much for being here. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much. Outstanding, you all. Thank you so much for your work. Thank you for your work. Thank you. Absolutely beautiful. Beautiful. Thank you for your work.
So we're all sitting here. Whoa, hello. Hello. There it is. I am a lot shorter than them. So you have a room here where everybody in this room is within about a 5-year age span of each other for people getting up here on the stage. And over the course of this weekend, we have seen every possible age represented on this stage, which creates a really particular challenge for the people playing their own age, because you really have to sit there and reflect on who you are and where you are in your life, and also people playing older and younger than them. It's really tough to really inhabit someone who's a different age than yourself, as opposed to kind of playing it. And this particular person in this particular role, I think, did a really astonishing job of finding quiet presence in being youthful, but not playing young, especially despite being, in some ways, one of the biggest people on the stage. So for the role of Joshua Rowan in Fire in the Hole, Jonathan Healy.
That's all right, Caitlin.
It's written right there.
Well, see, if kids had Fire in the Hole place, they still would have been quiet. Jonathan!
Thank you all for having me here. You don't even know how big of a thrill it is for me to not only be here judging this festival, but to be here at the state finals. It's a joy for me to be here and to have experienced all 14 plays you all put on today. As Michael said, this was a very tough decision for us. I was floored by the quality of work we got to experience over the past 3 days. So I would just like for everybody to give each other a round of applause, because I was stunned over the past few days. So now to what you really want to hear. So this award is an acting award, and it is for a funny yet poignant character who had a phenomenal perspective as somebody who didn't even truly exist. You naturalized your role. You gave such life to your partner. You worked so well off of your scene partners on stage, and you were honest in every single moment, even through the comedy, even through the drama. And I was blown away, Michael was blown away, Caitlin was blown away. We were all stunned by this performance. So, for the role of Bartholomew, Frank Sullivan and the Quest to Queen Thomas.
You'll see in your notes we talk a lot about the word progression. Anyone want to take a stab at what does progression mean? Move forward. That you're different at the end of the play from the way you were at the beginning of the play. And that's what an actor needs to do. You need to chart what is your progression. How are you different at the end from the way you're at the beginning? And what that does is it impacts you physically, emotionally, intellectually, what you do with the words. And one young woman we thought demonstrated an incredible progression. As she lived in the world and style of her play, she also had to inhabit a style. Some of these plays were style plays. They weren't naturalistic talking that we're doing now. People had to imagine a certain kind of style. She imbued the style, she had a progression, and her vocal and physical lived in an immersed way in the world of the play. From Scenes from the White Snake, for the role of the White Snake, Gabriella Bello.
When you guys are all rooting for each other, it's so awesome. So awesome. So we have another award for acting here, and this particular person made a lot of very detailed, specific physical choices that related back to a character who had such heart. You just really wanted to root for this person throughout the whole piece and wanted to see him succeed. And we were so happy when he did. So in the role of South, for 2 Places, Ryan Doyle.
Ryan, that was absolutely brilliant. A complete physical takeover.
Thank you.
So wonderful. So wonderful.
Ryan, he's ready, Dennis. Give it to him. So endearing. Oh, my God. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
So one of the most profound parts about a play is the score. A music sets the tone. The music and score of a piece can bring life to any moment. It can help you feel and translate what actors and other designs on stage are trying to put forward. And it can just draw you in from the first note all the way to the last note. So for a thunderous score that gave life to a truly emotional journey, for original music composition in Electra, Jordan Ramsey.
The way in which you played that
Let's stay in music. Students, how many of you have put your hand at directing? How many of you tried directing? Yeah, a smattering of you. And when you go to college and you go off, we want you to try directing so you have more empathy for your poor director and what they go through. It is a huge challenge. And this whole thing that Corey was talking about, sound, the sound designer really becomes a partner with the director. Because when you think about it, we just talked about in Electra, that, Donna and Chris had to work together with the sound designer to create that magic so they all lived in the same world together. There was another kind of sound that worked, we thought, with that same kind of magic and power, where the music direction and the composition became the underbelly for the whole event, that it told the story, that if you were blind, you would still be able to understand this story because of the power of what the music direction and composition did. For Guards at the Taj, Gabe Goldman.
So getting up here, like years after doing it as a kid, I was on stage then. I hate it now. This is terrible, you guys. I don't know how you all do it. This person did it with aplomb, however, and was on stage the whole play and constantly found stage business bits to be doing, to the point where the action was happening and I wanted to follow that, but I also just kept finding myself drawn to this person who was always finding what he was doing and how he was doing it and how he felt about it. And I knew at every single moment what was happening, even when he wasn't in the forefront. It was very exceedingly clear. So I was so pleased when he finally came in and had his own star turn as a particularly lovable sidekick. In the role of Bruno and others, Shipwrecked, Colin Cleary. So wonderful. Your bit with the blue blanket and the dog and having it taken away, I was like, oh my God, you're wonderful.
Great job, congratulations. So this next award is a design award. This design was an absolutely stunning work of art. It was detailed, it was surprising, it was enormously flexible, and it brought the world of the play to life in its own imaginative and unique way. So this is an award for set design from Tontlawald. Michaela Sullivan, Amber Lamb, Noah Rivard, Molly Gladstone, Anna Lee, St. Martin, and Natalie Passov. I'm going to hand this to one of you. Congratulations. Really great work. Congratulations. I can't believe it. Congratulations.
Absolutely brilliant.
Parents, a lot of times people don't understand the criteria. Do you have to have a big role, small role? How come there aren't different categories? We make no categories about size of role. We noticed after we finished our work and we kind of glanced at it that we did recognize some enormous roles where the person was on stage the whole time, as Caitlin cited. Some roles where a person had a scene or two. That was irrelevant. What was relevant is what the person did when they were on the stage. One actor was on the stage the whole bloody time. He didn't necessarily speak the whole time, but he was there. And you knew he was there. And he created a darkness. He was scary. And every time he spoke, you got goosebumps. And he impacted every other character on the stage. He made a huge physical choice, a huge vocal choice, and he went after his objective like there was no tomorrow. From Berry Child, the role of Dodge, Merrick Rubenstein.
So sometimes taking us through an arc in a piece, there's various technical elements that help keep things moving along. Sometimes people have to do that as well, really keep something moving along through time and help us find a sense of how much time has passed as we're moving along. This particular person not only managed to do that really in a detailed way, but keep a sense of exactly who he was, and who he was made us all laugh a whole lot. So for the role of Peter in Family Album, Jonathan Puffer.
All the way in the back.
For what it's worth, I've fallen up the stairs about 18 times over the past 3 days, so it happens a lot easier than you may think. Nonetheless, so I think we can all connect when we see a very moving performance. And it's especially moving when you get to watch an actress go on a journey that not only spans a variety of different ages, but a variety of different places, a variety of different accents. And this actress did this with such honesty, with such clarity, with such force, despite the challenges that she faced throughout her life. And so this award is an acting award from Kinder Transport for the role of Eva, Delilah Deegan Portnoy.
Why, Delilah, Delilah. Next award's for costume design. Costumes, just art. And this was an art museum. The lights came up and we saw art. It was an art museum. Then we said, wow, how's this all gonna fit? And then the costumes changed subtly, staying in that palette that the director and the costume designer worked on together to create a unity and a magic with simplicity, with taste, with elegance, that in a way defined the very world of the play. It's hard to imagine this play being here at States without the excellence of this costume designer. This costume designer was one of the leading characters of this production. For The Giver, Autumn Dion.
So on this stage today, we've seen a lot of people inhabit multiple characters, and there's a specific physicality and a specific detailed restraint that needs to go with doing all of that. Otherwise, it gets a little muddled. We can't kind of tell who's who. And this particular person managed to do that with such control and specificity that it was really breathtaking to watch, especially given that all of those characters were in fact that person. So for the role of Amanda in And Others, Allison Andrade.
So this next award is also an acting award. And this character that was portrayed by this actor was a man bound by the law despite the impact that it had upon his personal life. He dealt with so much going on that he at one moment was going to abide by the rules of the land, and at the next moment was ready to be forced to disobey his family, knowing the repercussions that may follow. He had authority, clear tonal shifts in his role as a ruler versus a family member, and he commanded the presence of the stage. So for the role of Creon and Antigone, Ian Page.
Progression, heart. And it was interesting over the weekend. Sometimes some of the plays were very polished, as you noticed. They were squeaky clean. And of course, we look for polish in a piece. We want polish. Sometimes if you over-polish, if I over-polish this podium, then it becomes slick. When something becomes slick, then it's not truthful anymore. So it's a very difficult thing to do. You need to polish so that the thing is excellent. And at the same time, it's got to be looking like it's happening for the first time today because of your ability to speak in dialogue, not in monologue. And one young woman was very successful with that challenge. She had a great progression, and she was able to find the truth in every word she spoke and a progression in her character physically and vocally. From Fire in the Hole for the role of Mary Ann, Margaret Kaplan Earl.
So with any show, you really need to do a lot of research before you get started. You need to sit there and you need to look at the time period, and you need to look at where it's happening, and you need to go through and look at all of the various elements of the piece and decide what's going to support this story and what wouldn't support this story, what would be extraneous, and really, really narrow down to the right bits for whatever you're doing. And this particular award, I really thought this person helped keep this play moving constantly, using an authentic instrument specifically that was really intrinsic to the the place, the where and the when of the play. So for original music composition for Scenes from the White Snake, Ryan Lewis. You got just the right drums, man. I was so happy. It was great.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Beautiful, beautiful. Congratulations.
Thank you.
So this next award is an acting award for an actress who was portrayed a grounded and honest portrayal of a girl who is harboring so many deep emotions and is translating them in such an eloquent way. She made bold, realistic decisions and choices throughout the piece that I felt her honesty bleeding from every word that she said, despite her being in a larger-than-world life. So this award is for And the Others for the role of Rachel, Emma Alman.
Have you ever noticed at Tech Week, which of the 4 designers is sitting right at the director's elbow the most through that whole time? Which of the 4? Lighting. Lighting designer. The lighting designer is kind of like a co-director, because the lighting designer is telling the story that we're going to see. And that is a very powerful position to have. Now, as you notice this weekend, it's very difficult for the designer to translate his or her product to this space, and you saw problems. And please note that the 3 of us, in all instances, never counted that as a penalty. If the lighting transplanting to this room, something went wrong and something was in the dark when it should have been in the light, we understand that. That's hard to move to this space. And then sometimes you hit the jackpot and the lighting designer created a palette that gets translated to this room brilliantly, and it seems like you could translate it to any room, and it's going to help the director tell the story right alongside of the director. Equally powerful with the direction, making it an organic part of the whole. One such lighting design that told the story brilliantly was Antigone, Aliyah Ruski.
So as Michael said at the beginning with our criteria for what we're looking for in a technical award, we're really looking for something that not just works in a vacuum, not just something that looks pretty, but something that really enhances and adds to the world of the play. And sometimes that one little thing might be very subtle, but it adds to not just the overall world, but helps each individual on that stage feel more like who he or she is. And I really thought that this particular person managed to do that in such spectacular, beautiful fashion, really adding to kind of the overall feeling of decadent decay in this piece. So for hair and makeup design for Electra, Julia Bertelli.
Congratulations, great work. Okay. So if you got bored one day and went and read some of our bios in the back of the program, you probably may have read that a lot of my recent background is in comedy and improv comedy and sketch comedy. And it is a phenomenally difficult medium to perform comedy. And when you see it done well, which was done today, you know it. And we all saw it, and we knew it from the moment this person took the stage for a multitude of solid and nuanced yet subtle comedic work. Her shift from character to character was flawless and perfectly poignant. So for the role of Yamba and other roles from Shipwrecked, Carleen Hentz.
Oh. The dog hugged the lady. I like that. So let's stay in comedy. All three of us have done comedy. So many of you have done comedy. Parents, what people forget about comedy, sometimes it looks easier. You know, if you nailed me against a wall and says, which one's harder? I don't know. I think the three of us might say comedy, because you got to do all the same things you do in drama. You have to be authentic. You have to have beat changes. You have to talk and listen. And you have to add rhythms, sometimes an extreme characterization. And there was one young woman today. The three of us laughed out loud. You know, we're pretty crabby people. And we're there, you know, buried with our pens, and we want to be critical. And then this young woman just made us lose it. And it's a good thing that the plays are only 40 minutes, because we needed a restroom immediately after the play, because she's so wicked funny. So how did she create humor? Total immersion in a character, no equivocation, maximum focus and concentration, rhythm changes, a line that was long here and then a quick one here, shut up. She had mastered the English language. And we said, our moms have a friend that is this woman, that we've seen her before. Very funny and very authentic. From Family Album, for Mary Conley, Jenny Mitchell.
After watching her before, that was not what I was expecting to see walk up on that stage. Well, sometimes you get all the laughs and all the presence from being fully immersed and being larger than life, and sometimes you go really small, and sometimes you have little tiny shifts, and you're trying to convince someone of something, and one tactic's not working, and then you gotta just tweak it. And then you tweak it, and you just keep tweaking it that tiny, tiny bit to see what's eventually going to work. And this particular person was exceptionally good at that in such a small, subtle, detailed way that it was just fascinating to watch. So this is for the role of Ismene in Antigone, Elizabeth Parsley.
Great work, congrats. So there was a moment for us, all three of us on stage today, when it was an ensemble work, and we were stunned, absolutely floored at the cohesiveness of this unit to work hand in hand, non-stop. They built the setting, they were supporting characters, they helped with transitions, and it was so cohesive, it was perfected in such a stunning way. And these are the people that truly created the world of the play. So this is gonna be, let's get our hands up in the air, because I got some names to get through. This is for ensemble acting from Scenes from Whitesnake. Scenes from The Whitesnake, apologies. All right, come on up. Daniel G, Rebecca H, Nick B, Devin P, Alexa R, Nolan M, McKenna B, Slade A, Braden F, Taylor S, Matthew M, Derek R, Derek A, Alexandria D, Samantha R, Kylie H, Emma T, Stephanie Baxter. Come on, stay with me here. Give me all you got. Sydney R, Malin R, Casey F, Abigail B, Laura B, Nathaniel James L, Nick L, Jasmine P, we're getting there, John G, Gabrielle H, Tyler Lynn T, and Noah S. Congratulations, everybody.
Congratulations. Congratulations. They have them all up there. Yep. Somebody has this one. I knew there was one more. There we
Now, some of us have the opportunity to work with people outside theater, trying to teach them theater presence. You know, all three of us have worked in theater-related careers, and sometimes when you ask, for example, the CEO of a company, what are some of the skills and talents you associate with actors? And they make a big list, and then you turn to them and say, well, what are the skills and talents you need to be an outstanding leader? If I were making that list, how would the list that we just made be different? And it isn't. It's the exact same list that leaders need. And on that list typically is a word that we call charisma. We sometimes call it presence. We sometimes call it the it factor. And I know you saw this weekend that we are blessed with some of your peers who have that it factor. From the second they walk on the stage, something's happening. You're into them. Sometimes it's God-given. They're really good looking. Sometimes it's, you know, they keep their body in shape. They work out. Often it is the many, many other people who make them look good through costumes, makeup, hair, lighting. One young man was the center of his play. And from the moment he appeared, he made a connection with the audience. He actually broke the fourth wall, connected with us, and then never stopped that connection for the entire play. He's charming, good-looking, smooth, and kind of a little dopey, so that he has incongruity. He looks like a handsome leading man, but he's a dope. And he allowed things to happen to him authentically and with sweetness. From Shipwrecked, for the role of Lewis, A.J. Deller.
So we talked a lot about comedy this weekend, and we've talked a lot about drama this weekend, and The real pain of it is a lot of the time you have to do both. And the best way to be able to really achieve both of those outcomes in the same piece and keep us surprised and keep us paying attention is some real active listening. And I could tell that this person really understood how to listen in addition to talking. And I cannot stress how incredibly important that is. So for the role of Babur in Guards at the Taj, Eric Viana.
So this next award is a design award, and this is for a beautifully stunning design that spanned decades of style. And the way that this person built this design, they must have done so much research, because not only did they have to costume for a span of decades, they had to costume, I've lost count of how many actors on stage, and that's a tall task to keep up with. So for costume design from Family Album, Melissa Contover.
We hope some of you will think about professional acting when you leave us, and this next person we sure hope does, because she's brilliant. And what she does is she is authentic. So remember that list we talked about. Top of the list, authenticity, believability. Their charisma makes them more believable. Their adaptability makes them more believable. Their vocal skills make them more believable. Their body language makes them more believable. All roads come back to believability and authenticity. A completely authentic performance that talked and listened. When it wasn't her turn, she imbibed what the other character was saying and then responded. And she had to play two completely different things in one play. From The Quest of Queen Thomas, the role of Mother Rich, Athena Nicole.
So this weekend, we've seen an astonishing amount of shifting between multiple worlds within a play. And that's hard on everyone, but it's particularly challenging for a set designer, because you have to be able to find a way to keep everything moving, but also make it very clear where we are at all times. And this incredibly simple but extraordinarily effective set was just exactly what this piece needed. So for scenic design for The Quest of Queen Thomas, Enzo Arcari and Devin Sullivan. Enzo or Devin? Devin? Enzo, congratulations, both of you.
Congratulations, great work, great job. This next award is a sound award. This sound was design was stunning. It had us captivated from right at the beginning, and as I said earlier, that is one of the most pivotal moments for a sound design, except this sound design was very subtle. It lingered. The volume and the beats of it rose as the action got intense, and it went quiet as there were more tender moments on stage. So for the solemn undertone that contributed to every single moment on stage and drove the play forward, this is an award for excellency in sound design to Antigone Elizabeth Nolan.
What does quirky mean? Weird, unusual. And so what happens, remember when you were in junior high, a lot of us, maybe not us theater kids, but if you see a lot of your peers, wanted to do anything they could to blend, to be the same as everybody else. Well, that's not what leadership is. That's not what creativity is. That's not what being outstanding is. What someone who is outstanding in a performance pops while they live in the world of the play. They pop, and they make choices that are unusual, that are personal to their character, that they involve themselves with. And they're little things. It could be a giggle, it could be a toss of a head, but something that just makes you watch them like crazy because they're not afraid to take risks with a character and go outside their comfort zone. One such daring, interesting, quirky, vibrant, funny performance came in The Quest of Queen Thomas in the role of Mud, Matthew Green.
So sometimes you have a big, zany, all over the stage performance like that, and it's really wonderful. And sometimes you have a performance where there's conservation of the performance, where you have absolutely everything necessary to create a stunning character who is believable and understandable, and every single thing that person does connects back to the text, and there's nothing extraneous. Every single movement is thoughtful, every word is detailed, and you understand exactly who that person is and where they're coming from and why they're doing what they do, even if you don't like it very much. So this particular award, we were all just floored by this performance. For the role of Ema in Tontelwald, Thalia Warren.
So there's something to be said for an actor who can exude likability from beginning to end, who says, I'm going on a journey and I want you to come with me. And we all said, absolutely, I'm in. So this award is an acting award for an actor who never pushed too hard, who lived effortlessly and authentically throughout. He stayed true to his character's essence and his desire to be queen. For the Quest of Queen Thomas, for the role of Thomas Nolan Spencer.
Last but certainly not least, just take everything we said about everything and roll it into a single performance that we saw this weekend. A woman who encapsulated fire, earth, grit, intention, sensuality, vulnerability, went on a gigantic progression and wowed us with every move she made, filled with courage, filled with zest, filled with passion, and a fragility all at the same time. From Electra, for the role of Electra, Cleopatra Mavunga.
All right, so would everyone who received an All-Star Company Award please stand to be recognized one more time? All right, so I have a couple of reminders for you before we go to the final show. Please, everyone, make sure that the space that you have sat in the theater and the space that you've used in the Dorothy Quincy Suite are clean before you leave tonight. Directors, please meet us in the judges' room after the award ceremony to pick up your packets. All critiques will be emailed to you tomorrow, including your own, all of them. But please still come meet us down there. The judges and supervisors will be available to talk to you. The judges are going to come on and announce the 3 winning schools in no particular order, and we'd ask that each winning school send 1 student representative up to the stage to accept the award.
Four weeks ago, 112 schools competed in 14 preliminaries all around the state. 3 from each site moved on. 2 weeks ago, 42 schools competed in 7 semifinals across the state. 2 schools from each of those sites came this weekend. The 14 schools that you saw this weekend are the creme de la creme. Yeah, there's... This is almost unnecessary. This was a festival. This was a celebration. All 14 schools are proud winners. We struggled. We came up with the 3 that we thought had the unified concept, lived in the world of the play all the way through, and sustained the excellence. And we're going to present these in no special order. Corey.
So this production did a phenomenal job of bringing energy and brightness to a dark and grim world. The design elements were unified and cohesive. The performances were beautifully effective and honest and had us captured from the beginning all the way through to the closing moment of the play. The first state finals winner is Antigone.
Hey, congratulations.
We sat in our seats, and there was a sweet contentment, a warmth, a kindness, a joy, a celebration. Many, many students working together to create heart, to create warmth, and to tell a story that engaged all of us from the first frame to the last frame with creativity and truth. Scenes from The White Snake.
I want to echo what Michael said moments ago about all 14 schools here really just being astonishingly wonderful. And we've just had the best time the last 3 days. And I want to encourage all of you to not think of this as being the end, but to make sure that you read through all of those sheets that we wrote, not just for your own play, for thinking about what you might do if you continue moving forward, but also for all of the other plays to think really critically about your choices and their choices and what you might do, because when we're here for an educational theater festival, we can only get better if we learn. So please, please, please go through and read those sheets. We really want you to learn as much as you can from this experience. So with that said, the final play that we'll be advancing today was one that just was absolutely moving, simple, beautiful, and just hit you right here for The Quest of Queen Thomas.
Thank you, everybody. Congratulations once again to every school that joined us this weekend. We will see you all next year. Drive home safe.